guess who is back? It's us! We're back. It's episode 101, baby. We are Video Games Ahoy. To anyone that was listening to us for the first time, we didn't introduce ourselves, but we are Video Games Ahoy. My name is Jonathan Radford, and today I'm joined by Dav Weeks.
Hello!
And Zach Hamilton.
Hello.
How are you doing, gents?
Oh, very well, thank you, Johnny. Happy to be back.
Yeah,
Happy to be back.
It's been a while. We had a little break because I think I was losing my mind a little bit, so I just needed some time off, just to regather myself. And it was a nice summer. It was hot.
It was hot.
It was
a hot summer.
It was a hot boy summer.
It was a hot Dav summer, that's for sure.
Hot Dav summer. We just, if you are wondering, Dav Weeks is in a bedroom, and he is giving us all the bedroom eyes. So if you are listening to this, head on over to YouTube because he's got beautiful eyes. He really does. He's got beautiful eyes. But yeah, like that is somewhere you can go watch us. We're on YouTube. We're already like talking nonsense. This feels good to be back. It feels good to be back. Yeah, we're on YouTube. We do these episodes live, possibly on a weekly basis. We think it's going to be on a Wednesday now because that's the easiest day for me, but we'll have a chat and then we'll get back to you. We might have in the future some surprise guests like returning friends. Yes, many returning friends. Now I'm starting to talk like Yoda. Returning friends. But yes, we've got 100 episodes. We've done loads. Go back and listen to us if you've never listened to us before. And if you have listened to us before.
Do we have 100 episodes?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, we do.
Did we get to wait, was I there? I don't think I was.
You were definitely there. See,
you were there.
So long ago, Zach has forgotten.
Wait, what did we do a 100th episode and I just forgot?
This is episode 101.
Oh,
you were high.
goodness.
You were clearly high.
Yeah, obviously. Gee. I thought I got to like 92 or something, and then I missed a bunch or something. Man.
No.
That's cool.
David G is in the chat though. So Dav, hey, how are you doing? Hump day with the boys. It did.
Sounds weird, but okay.
I really enjoyed that, Zach. I don't know. I thought that really funny. That's great. I love it.
That's the title's episode name already. Hump Day with the Boys. Surely.
All right, let's talk about the Nintendo Direct. So basically, what I thought was, there's loads of things happening at the moment, but like, there's three kind of biggish events that are happening. We'll talk about the two big ones. We've not really got much news because I figured the Nintendo Direct and the State of Play might take a while to get through, and we'll chat about it. I figure there's a lot of like this specific Zelda thing we might want to talk about for a little bit of. I know I do anyway. Any opportunity to talk about Breath of the Wild, I'll take as much time as I can. But yeah, so we'll probably concentrate on these three things, and then we'll chat about other stuff beyond that as well. Okay, cool. So let's start with the Nintendo Direct. This is in chronological order. So this is everything that was announced from start to finish. So, Davwix, you saw the Direct, right?
I did.
Okay, so you would have liked the first thing that was announced.
I'm trying to remember what it was, but I liked
Fire
it.
Emblem Engage.
Oh, yes!
Yes!
And I did like it a lot.
I did like it a lot. So basically, for the last, like, I'd say, so Rosie, my wife, if you're listening for the first time, I've been kind of not winding her up and being like, there's a new Fire Emblem coming for the last, like, 2 years. And every time she's like, if there's not one here, then I'm going to kill you. And there was one here. And she was losing her mind in the most adorable way ever. Like, there was like when it said, like, she knows so much about Fire Emblem. At the start, it's like, the Fell Dragon came. She goes, did they say Fell Dragon? And I was like, yes, they did. And she was glued to it. I think it looks really good. I think graphically, it looks a lot better than Three Houses, which is what we want.
It's pretty. Like, I don't know if it's in a very similar style, and which I love. I think it's a really nice self-shaded anime thing going on. High fantasy, high detail. Yeah, I'm all about it. I'm loving our person with the red and the blue eyes.
Yes.
I'm very intrigued.
Yes, and the hair as well. Nice little split. Honestly, Rosie's already gone through like all the YouTube videos like that have done like deep analysis on like why the hair colors are two colors, like a 40-minute video on two hair colors, and she's like, "Oh, it's because of this." It's compelling.
Fair enough.
But
it's nice to have a hobby.
I'll be honest. when I saw it, I love Fire Emblem. I've got to be honest, Dav, I did think of you after this direct because I thought there was a lot of things in this that you kind of ticked a lot of Dav Week's boxes. But yeah, Fire Emblem and Engage. You get to call back loads of like previous Fire Emblem characters, which I thought was kind of interesting. I want to see how it plays out.
I'm curious about that because, like, the characters in Fire Emblem, there's so many of them that. Yep. I mean, Rosie will disagree with me, but most of them are forgettable.
Oh God, she's listening right now. That door was about to burst.
Yeah, it's like she's gonna tear my throat out next time I see her.
But I know you mean like I think like Marth, Chrom, and Ike. I think they're all kind of the same kind of character. Then again,
they're all very similar.
I haven't played the older games, so I can't be the judge of that. But yeah,
I guess the test for it is, can you describe them without saying where they're from or what they do?
I mean,
big sword player.
I'd like, okay, from Three Houses, I'd say, the flirty girl with the dark hair, or the flirty girl with the light hair, or the flirty girl who's far older, or the flirty girl.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't realize it was just an anime.
It is pretty much just anime.
It is.
Yeah.
All the tropes are there.
Yeah, lots of flirting going on. Lots and lots of flirting. But yeah, I'm really excited, and it's coming out in January. It's coming out, well, how many months? Like 4 or 5 months? It's January. That's really not that far away. So
that's exciting.
Really excited. I'm genuinely really excited about that. I imagine we'll have to get 2 copies in my house, so I'll be waiting for a long time to play it. But really excited. Another game which I would highly recommend. It won Game of the Year, the Game Awards last year. It Takes Two. That was a bit of a shock announcement. I honestly,
what did they say about it?
It's just out on Switch.
Oh, yeah. Of course it should be on Switch.
It makes perfect sense that
Yeah.
it should be on Switch. It annoys me it's taken this long.
Yeah, agree. It did, like, when I was watching the video, I was like, okay, you can see it's taken a bit of a visual downgrade. It's a little bit blurry, but you know, it's not really that necessary. That game is not really about how gorgeous everything looks. A lot of it is just the connection you make. Honestly, that was some of the most fun I've had playing video games. Sat on my couch with Rosie playing that, and I would highly recommend everyone playing it. Dav, have you played it?
Yes, Hoy and I played it. I haven't finished it, and we won't now, but it's good. Like, I really liked it. I liked that it's not a taxing game. It's just an experience.
Yeah, agreed. It's not particularly hard.
Well, you can't die in it, for one thing.
Yeah.
You just, whoops, I fell off a cliff. Back to the start. It's fine.
Yeah, but even then, like, it's like nothing. It's not massively challenging. It's just about working together, though, which is it's just nice. It's a really good game. Definitely worth it. All right, let's keep going. So we had Fatal Frame. I've never played a Fatal Frame game before, but apparently it was a bit spooky. I was spooked. Zach, have you ever played a Fatal Frame game?
I haven't even heard those words.
So again, anime.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
With a camera.
Anime horror. I like this. Wait, let me look it up.
Anime horror with a camera.
Yeah, you take pictures of ghosts.
Yeah.
I have seen one of these before.
You would know this as well through Smash Brothers, because one of the levels in Smash Brothers is the one where, like, they're taking a picture of you, and you have to escape the camera picture.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like a haunted house one. We played it last week, but it was very. It's if you don't know the game, it's so specific.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, did we play it when we played most recently?
I think we did. I think we did.
We did.
Yeah, but like, I don't think it was like, again, it's one of those things. Oh, it's Fatal Frame. Like, okay, whatever.
For anyone who's interested in the ongoing saga of me and Johnny playing Smash, Johnny thrashed me. Oh, it's getting so infuriating.
But to be fair,
Johnny Thrash Brothers.
Yeah, genuinely.
Oh, Thrash Brothers. I like that. I'm gonna keep that. Maybe that's the title of the episode.
Nah. Wednesday. I'm doing the voice stuff. He's so winning.
All right, let's move on. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, we had the expansion pass, which is Wave 2. Just a few extra characters and I think there's a few quests, but nothing major. No, like, I'm not.
Is that exciting for you, Johnny? Like, does that make you go woo? Or does it just a bit?
weirdly, I'm going to talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 later as the game I've played, because like it's been a while since we have spoken about games we played, obviously, and I actually completed Xenoblade Chronicles 3 in that time. It's probably not going to draw me back into it because I've already put 80 hours into the game, and I don't know, when I'm done with the game, I kind of like, once I'm done, I move on, and it's really hard for me to go back.
You want closure?
Yeah, so like when the new DLC, like actual story content comes out, like proper stuff, then I'll go back and play it. But I don't think I probably won't go back and play this, which is fine, because when the actual DLC comes out, well, they say the actual DLC, the story content DLC comes out, I've got lots of things to play with. But yeah, looked good, looked fine. SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake. Looks fun. Just
I mean, looks absolutely what you expect of a TV licensed tie-in game.
Yes, 100%.
I don't think it's going to break any ground.
I really want the Simpsons games to make a comeback. I miss the Simpsons games. I'm probably about 15 years too late with a lot of them. I think they all came around that period of like 2005, 2009 with the wrestling ones, and I want more TV games to come out. Where's Breaking Bad the game? That's where I want to know. Anyway,
wait,
it's a rhythm action game where you are the one that knocks.
Yeah, just go knocking on people's doors and just.
Wait, but which Simpsons game? Which Simpsons game in particular are you thinking of?
Well, I just did all of them in general. Just like
top of your list.
Well,
like
I
was wrestling.
No. Just saying, like the wrestling one was a fun one. Although it was broken, if I remember, like
universally canned.
Ned Flanders was unstoppable. Obviously, he used
the irony,
the force of God, because there was Hit and Run, and then there was like Hit and Run was good. I think that was the GTA inspired one where you could like.
Yeah,
one of them was Hit and Run.
Well, it was GTA inspired, but it was just driving. It was just driving. I really
wasn't there a Crazy Taxi one?
There was the Crazy Taxi one, and there was the GTA one.
Yeah, there was two.
Yeah,
I can't
remember. When was Hit and Run? When was Road Rage?
Road Rage was Crazy
Rage.
Taxi, and then Hit and Run was GTA.
There we go.
I look back on Hit and Run with like kind of a bit of disdain because I didn't want to play a driving game for a Simpsons game. I don't know what I wanted, but I didn't want a driving game. I just didn't. I don't think of the Simpsons and go like, the scenes in the cars. Like it just doesn't. Not what I think of.
Well, now you've got the scenes in the car. All I'm thinking of is Grandpa Simpson asking Homer if he can go for a pee. Like, that whole episode where like he's like, "Can I go for a pee?" And then Homer's like, "Yeah, just wait till we get home." And then his bladder explodes. Oh, kidneys. That's the one, not his bladder. His kidneys explode, and then Homer has to give him a kidney.
I hadn't remembered that episode. I'll be honest. It's been 40 years.
I mean, yeah.
I was an adult back then. Okay, let's move. Wait. Oh, Fitness Boxing Fist of the North Star. Dav Weeks, were you not blown away by this game?
Oh my god, what the fuck was that?
What did you just call it?
No!
Say it again, Johnny. Read it out.
Fitness Boxing Fist of the North Star.
That is so filthy sounding.
It's filthy. It is very filthy.
It's a rhythm action game where you're boxing in time to the beat.
Yeah, and I think it's got some like... there were some famous characters that I didn't know. I had no idea who they were. Which was really funny. It's like, all your favorite characters, like Bismo Man. I'm like, okay, I don't know the hell this is. All right. Yeah.
And Fake Ryu.
Yeah, Fake Ryu was one of them as well. But yeah, that was something. Then we had a few things. We had Oddballers. Can't remember what that was. Oh, that was the was that the one that was Dodgeball? But you can throw
Dodgeball with
everything.
Craziness.
Yeah, that was that one.
Fine.
The next one, which I feel like is a Zach Hamilton game, which is Tunic. That's actually coming to Switch.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? Actually, I nearly bought Tunic while I was... I haven't been at a games console for like months. I've been away. And I nearly bought it for my laptop because I really wanted to play like a... Yeah. It looks great. I would love to play that. But it's still pretty expensive, I think.
Is it really?
That doesn't surprise me.
It's not new, is it? It's 2021, maybe 2020.
It came out this year.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I take it back in that case. I thought it was older than that.
Yeah.
But I think it's about £40 on Steam.
That's a lot.
And I decided for I don't know how big it is. Maybe it's a mega game.
It is like it's on game. It is actually on Game Pass.
Oh shit! Oh,
So
I'll play it on
might
Game
be
Pass.
worth a try on there before you buy it, because
Yeah.
I
I'll
tried
do
it and
that.
I was like, this
I'll
is
do
probably
that.
not for me. But if someone likes this kind of thing, because it's basically like kind of like a Dark Soulsian Zelda type thing. It's not easy. From what I remember, it's quite
okay.
tricky. So yeah, I think you might like it.
I might like that.
Well, okay, so we had Front Mission first, second, and third remakes. This was the tactical game with the robots, if I remember correctly.
It's like Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
Like,
Never played them before, so I can't.
Nope.
I don't have an opinion on them, but looked fine.
didn't know it was a thing.
Then we had the start, so basically there ended up being like loads of like life sim games. So it's Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. That was one of them.
That looked like Harvest Moon. I was convinced that was Harvest Moon until he said Story of Seasons.
I think it's based on. I'm fairly sure it might be based on it.
Right. Okay.
What else have we got? Kojima. Front Mission is a Kojima. There we go. Dav says it's a Kojima game, or a joint Kojima game. It's when he got really high. Anyway, Splatoon 3 Splatfest information came up. Stop it. Then we had Octopath Traveler 2, which looked gorgeous.
It did, yes.
Did look gorgeous.
I haven't played Octopath. I still want to. I hear mixed things, but I saw that presentation for Octopath 2. I was like, why haven't I played Octopath 1 yet? This looks amazing.
Same. And the music's so good. Like I listened to the soundtrack a couple of times, and it's so good. I'm the same as you, Dav. I don't know why I haven't gone back to play it. I think it's always just been one of those things where like I'd like to spend time on this, but apparently it's like a 40-hour game, and I don't know if I want to put 40 hours into that game. Maybe Live Alive or Live Alive. Live Alive. Maybe I'll buy that, because I think that's only like 20 hours. It's not particularly long. But yeah, Octopath Traveler 2, it does look gorgeous. And I think they announced straight afterwards the Triangle Strategy is going to Game Pass as well. That's nothing to do with this. It's just off the top of my head. Then we had another Fae Farm. I can't remember that one. There were so many farming games. Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line. Oh, that was the Final Fantasy one, wasn't it? Was that the Final Fantasy one? Yeah, I think that was the Final Fantasy one. Yeah, that like
more rhythm action.
Rhythm action. Then we had Marin Rabbids.
400 songs.
Yeah, it was a lot. And then they were just like, and then there's songs from. They presented it as like a Final Fantasy game, and then they're like, and then there's songs from all these other games not connected to Final Fantasy. It's like, okay, why? That's fine. I'm not going to buy it, but someone's going to enjoy that.
Yeah.
Marin Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I'm just sold on this game. This game looks so much fun. I love the first one. I'm so excited. Rune Factory 3 Special. Never played a Rune Factory game, but someone. Nope. Then we had the Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pack editions. So we had things like Pilot Wings, the 3 Mario Party games, the 2 Pokemon Stadium games, 1080 snowboarding. There was not the big game. We'll get to the big game in a sec. There was something. I think there was something else, which was, and everyone was like, oh, banger, 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 and then they were like, and also. Oh my god! I was so happy, and there's a big thing with this right now at the moment, because Nintendo being sneaky boys, but it was very clever of them. So I don't know if this must be on their side, because it's the only. I imagine the only way they allowed Game Pass to have GoldenEye is if the only company that could do multiplayer online was Nintendo. Because basically, it's going to Game Pass next year. So if you have Rare Replay, and you can play it straight away, and it's on Game Pass. And I think it's 4K. It's had loads of enhancements, loads of stuff. Whereas the Nintendo version doesn't have those enhancements. But you can play the Nintendo one online. You can't play the Xbox One online. Which is clever, because my first thought was, I'm going to play the Xbox One. Until I realized that I couldn't play it online. I was like, well, maybe not. I'm going to play the Switch
feel like
one.
Nintendo must also be very aware that making GoldenEye 4K is a little bit like trying to polish a turd.
Little bits.
Not really going to do much, is it, boys? It's still going to look like GoldenEye.
Yep. So I'm really excited for that. I can't wait. I can't wait. We need to stream us playing GoldenEye.
Oh, right.
Multiplayer.
Slaps only, no Oddjob.
No. Yeah, that's the title. Slaps only, no Oddjob. Let's do this. That's what I want as the title. Because that honestly, my first thought was I want to stream that. I want to play that game with my pals. Because I'm actually writing this down. Slaps only.
Do you know what? I actually played it recently with some friends, just by chance. Everyone always says like, "Oh, it's rubbish, doesn't hold up." I had a really fun time. I wasn't expecting it to be anything other than what I remembered it to be. It was fun. We had a lot of fun. It was
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like, it's not like, no one felt like, yeah, I'm winning, so I must be good. That much was not part of it, but it was really fun to run around shooting each other.
Yeah. I sometimes, like, when it comes to like games like that, like, you know, the game was so transformative for its genre. Like, you kind of have to just go, well, yeah, I might not want to play it right now, but I can still see why, like, games took this and just, like, first-person shooters took that game and just ran with it. Without GoldenEye, we wouldn't have had, might not have had
anything.
Well, anything, exactly.
Like, okay, if GoldenEye was somehow able to patent 4-player first-person shooters, like, they'd be billionaires.
Yeah.
Like, if you were able to lock down that as a format, you know, it'd be absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna have some fun playing that. I was so excited when I saw that. That was one of my favorite things from the whole direct. But yeah, really excited. Dan, I've just realized that there's at least 2 more things in this which you must have just loved, because things are popping in my head. But yeah, GoldenEye 007 is coming to the Switch. It is also coming to Game Pass as well. I'm just so excited. I did actually last year. I actually I completed the whole game on stream, and it was still loads of fun. It was still loads of fun. Like, like, you can just run through some of the levels a little bit, but who cares? It's GoldenEye. It's awesome. All right, let's move on. So we had various. Oh my god, the greatest game title of all time, Various Daylife.
Various Daylife.
I think Square Enix have run out of names.
Honestly, what the fuck?
What is it?
Isn't it another farming sim game?
It's a life sim, yeah.
A life sim.
You gotta do daily tasks. Basically, like, do what you do in your day-to-day life, but digitally.
Yes.
Seems to be it.
Do your various tasks in your day.
It is, again, to bring it back to The Simpsons, the gardening simulator.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. Oh my god. I actually love that. That's a brilliant joke. And also, we've mentioned The Simpsons so much already, and I'm really happy. But yeah, that is genuinely one of my favorite things. Just, yeah, brilliant. All right. Factorio. This kind of looked cool. That did look kind of cool. I did. Yeah. I was. Although, to be fair, at this point, I was like running around the room screaming like how happy I was. So I kind of like drifted off for the next couple of games. Mario Strikers Battle League. There's a free update coming. I think Pauline is one of them.
Pauline and Diddy Kong.
Diddy Kong. I still haven't bought that game. Maybe I'll buy it when it's finished. Then we had Atelier Ryza 3. Never played one of those games, but it looked like a game. Then we had 2 tracks from Wave 3 from Mario Kart Deluxe Booster Course. So these are 2 tracks that are coming, but I think they're going to show the rest. I imagine they'll show the rest of them at some point leading up to Christmas. But they said this is coming out of Christmas. They showed 2 tracks. One of them was Peach's Gardens or Peach's. One of them
Garden?
Is it Peach's Garden? Yeah, from DS. From that one.
Yeah,
really good level. I think that's the title.
Yeah, good level. That.
And then another one was from Mario Kart Tour, which I have no. It looked fine.
Was it another city?
I don't think it was.
No, I missed that one.
I don't think it was another city. I think it was just a generic like level. But yeah, that was another one. Then we had Nintendo Switch Sports. Just an announcement about golf is coming, but then it's also being delayed. So I have no idea why they announced that. Then Shigsy himself came out. Then he started talking about the Mario movie and said that it's coming out next year, but that we're not going to see anything from it. What else? He said something else. Then he started talking about Pikmin, but
Pikmin 4?
Not a new Pikmin game. He started
Pikmin Bloom.
Yes, he started talking about Pikmin Bloom for about 5 minutes. And then he announced Pikmin 4. And we saw about 20 seconds of it, which I thought was really funny.
It was like, and it wasn't even gameplay. It was literally just a back garden with a couple of bugs in it.
And it's coming out next year. And I was like, what?
And he said, like, we're not going to show you anything from the game, but look at this cool T-shirt I printed.
Exactly.
And then you just opened his jacket, and it just had a Pikmin logo. And it was just like, what? What is this?
God bless the Nintendo Direct.
Honestly, whenever he shows up, like, it's just Bants now. He's
Like, he didn't even say you could buy the T-shirt. That's she said. I got this T-shirt.
I was like, oh, look at this T-shirt. You can get one.
I feel like that's such a good idea to just like get everyone all hyped up, like, oh, Shigsy's out, so we're doing Zelda, must be, and then it's just like, look, I got a bug on my shirt.
Look at these shoes. Da, 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 da.
That's it. That's it.
It was good fun. I mean, I'm really, really happy that Pikmin 4 is coming out. Dav, I know you're probably the biggest fan of Pikmin in the
I'll
group,
be buying it. Yeah,
so I imagine you were very happy with that. I mean, like I said, from my perspective, it seemed like a good direct for Dav Weeks. It got Fire Emblem, Pikmin 4, Various Day Life.
Yeah, Resident Evil 7 has dropped a trailer, a demo, so I'll be downloading that.
That's really that's cool. It's the cloud version, isn't it?
The cloud version.
Yeah, definitely worth the try.
It's going to be my first little bite of
the cloud.
Resident 7.
Oh, nice. So I'll just rattle through the next couple because I don't think anyone's really that bothered. So it's Just Dance 2023. We had Harvestella, which is another farming sim. We had Master Detective Archives, Raincoat. I can't remember what that one was. Then we had Bayonetta 3, just a little update on that. Looks good. Looks fun. Looks
pretty.
Yep. Then, obviously, we have the Resident Evil Cloud series, which was 8, 7, 2, and 3, I think they announced. So all of those games are coming on the cloud to the Nintendo Switch, which is cool. I mean, I won't buy them, but someone will. And
someone will.
Use them. So, yeah, cool. If someone makes the decision to buy a cloud game and they're happy with it, then more power to them. Just not for me. That's all.
Wait, what is a cloud game? Is it more complicated than what I think it is?
It's just basically you have to stream it. So you buy the game and then you stream it to your Switch. So you have to have the internet.
So you'll never have a downloaded file on your Switch. You'll never have a hard copy of it. You're basically subscribing to a server that has it on it.
Yeah, basically.
Why? What's the point of that?
I think it's because they realized those games are way too big and too...
Yeah, the hardware.
Oh.
The hardware can't handle it.
So then the actual content of it will be of a higher standard than the Switch normally.
I imagine it might end up. I mean, they haven't said what. I don't really know the ins and outs, but in theory, it could be. If you're playing, I don't know what it can output on the TV. If it's only 1080p, then it can only be 1080p. But in theory, it could be the PS5 version or the Xbox Series X version.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
Streaming. So.
And then basically, your Switch is just a monitor.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Oh, that's really interesting.
It's definitely. I mean, to be fair, like I said, I've got all those games apart. I've got all those games apart from 8, so I wouldn't bother. But like, I can see why people would.
But then, if it's a Switch, right? Like half of the appeal, if not more, is the fact that okay. So I'm not okay. Yeah.
That's the whole. That's kind of. Well,
I'm with you. I just caught up where everyone else already is. Weeks ago, I'm with you.
Zach's done on episode 92.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Then we had Sifu. Oh, I was genuinely really happy about Sifu. That was really cool. That was a really cool announcement. I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was going to be a PlayStation exclusive. I thought it was. Really chuffed with Sifu. Really chuffed with Sifu. Then we had a bit more of an announcement with Crisis Core Final Fantasy 7 Reunion. Gonna get that. I'm not sure which console yet. If it's not that much worse on the Switch, I might get it on the Switch. I might get it on the Switch. Definitely gonna get it though. Then we had a few games. Radiant Silvergun. Not too sure of that one. I'll be honest, I can't remember. Endless Dungeon. I don't remember that one either. Tales of Symphonia Remastered. I'm very intrigued about this. I think I'm gonna get this. I looked at it and I was like, you know what? This is a game I might like. So,
it's full JRPG. It's all the tropes you expect from a JRPG. I have a friend who loves it.
Yeah.
And it's because they are a JRPG purist.
There we go.
So
It's fun. It is fundamentally worse than the original. Get it on PC. That's what Davgape's saying. This is not me. This is not me saying it. I don't know. Apparently, though, it does run at 30 frames per second when the original ran at 60 on the GameCube, which is weird. You'd think a game from 2003 would be able to run at 60 frames per second on a newer console. Anyway, then we had a bit of a surprise with Kirby, with a few Kirby games announced, including Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Which looked fun.
Yeah, it did.
I still need to finish the recent Kirby game because I started. Yes, as I've discussed, I find it really hard to get back into games, and I started playing Xenoblade Chronicles about a week after I played Kirby, so I have not been able to get back into it yet. And then finally, this is the big announcement. This is the one I imagine we might spend a little time talking about. We finally got the name of the new Zelda game, which is The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. We don't know if it's... They didn't actually say what it was in English, I don't think. They didn't say Tears or... I'm assuming it's Tears.
I have an answer for this.
Okay.
The Japanese name is exactly the same as the English name, and that's not a translation. It's not like the words Tears for the Kingdom. It's literally Tears Obuda Kingdom. So it's Tears.
Okay, it is Tears. Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Interesting.
I really enjoyed that.
Well, because I sat there and it just occurred to me. I was like, oh, I should go and look at the Japanese title because I'd be like, maybe I can read it. Yeah. I almost could read it, but not really.
I enjoyed it nonetheless.
But then we learned that is really the name. It is Tears, not Tears.
Yeah.
It also kind of means that, like, because Zelda names are known for being like having double meanings.
Yeah.
Kind of a shame that it has to be just one, like, because it could be both.
Well, unless it is Tears as well.
I raise you on the pun double meaning. Tears is in layers because we're in the sky. Layers.
Like that.
Yeah. I will be honest. We can all like this is a forum. We'll share our thoughts. I'm just going to share mine for the next 30 seconds. I was uber hyped and also slightly disappointed. Not in the game. I just wanted to see more of the game. That's all. It
was the short trailer.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to see more of like something more. That's maybe a little bit of the story. Something.
Did we learn anything from this trailer? I mean,
not really. We learned the name. They give us a bit of backstory, which people are now like that whole thing at the start where you could see all this, all the historical stuff. People have already deep dived into that and gone, oh, this is this isn't that. Apparently, a lot of it's to do with Skyward Sword. A lot of it apparently is to do with Skyward Sword. So that's fine for me. I played that game, but
it feels like a bold choice.
It feels like a choice. It feels like what's the one that most people don't like and haven't played. Let's base the game. I mean, to be fair, the whole Skyward Sword is based in the sky. To be fair, so
it explains why they released Skyward Sword.
Yeah, 100%. Then we kind of have to talk about it as well. It also might explain legitimately the reason why the UK Nintendo were not willing to show this in the Direct, because there was a rumor last week about the Direct being postponed. So there was a rumor. We didn't know the Direct was going to be this week, but there was a rumor that there was going to be a Direct. And then obviously the Queen died. And then there was a rumor that they might postpone the Direct because the Queen had died. And everyone was like, why? Maybe this is the reason why Tears of the Kingdom, considering the grief and outpouring. I'm not saying that's what my thoughts are, but Nintendo, the business, I don't know. That could be why.
Got to be a bit more like...
And
on the fence.
And in the end,
you don't want to have an opinion.
And in the end, they did actually cancel the UK stream, so I guess there was an element of truth to that being something. It was weird. I mean,
it was weird,
but whatever.
It's not the weirdest bit of corporate reaction to the death of the monarch, though. There's been a lot of it. I think Nintendo got away quite well.
Yes.
Without getting too ridiculed for it.
I mean, the thing is as well with Nintendo, they have previous for delaying games or delaying events because of external reasons. I mean, Advance Wars.
Yeah.
It is still coming. It's still delayed. They haven't cancelled the game because someone asked Nintendo and they said it's still coming. So just don't know when. And the other one was something else. Oh, was it a tsunami in Japan, or there was something happened? I can't remember. There was a natural disaster and then Japan they cancelled the Direct and postponed it for like 2 weeks a couple of years
If a
ago.
Wave Race would be an inappropriate game to release that day.
That would have been a very, very inappropriate game. But yeah, going back to Zelda, we also got a release date, which was it's May next year. I can't remember the exact day. I think it might be late May. Honestly, the worst thing for me was watching the American stream, because as soon as the dates and times come out, I'm like, is it coming out in December next year? Because obviously they are stupid, and I've just insulted an entire country there. I do apologize. Yeah. But no, it's just really confusing as a British person to see the way the dates, it goes month, day, year in America.
I mean,
day, month, year in the rest of the world. It's
really I stand
confusing.
by Johnny. I stand by Johnny on this one. It doesn't make sense.
I would be okay with them doing the year, month, day, right? Like just to do it
That's
backwards.
fine.
Yeah,
that'd be okay because it would make sense, right? But it just seems weird to like jump around. That feels like you're intentionally trying to confuse people.
Yeah, I don't actually know the reaon why. I mean, a lot of it probably I don't know the reason why. I don't know why I'm even trying to theorize. I have no idea.
Speculate.
Yeah, I can't speculate. I will apologize to all of the people I call stupid. It just your dates confuse me. That's what happened. I got really confused. I'm easily confused.
He's not sorry. He means every word.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. All right, but yeah.
Time for another Boston Tea Party.
Yeah. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I am really excited. Like, when it comes around to it, I'm going to be super pumped to play that game. It does. Just if it's got all of the original game plus the sky. Like, just give it to me now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be May. All next year for me. But that's it. Then we're gonna talk about the state of play. We're gonna talk about what happened at the state of play. Okay. So some of these, it's really weird. Do you know sometimes you watch something and then other people watch something you go, oh, that was fine, and then everyone else is like, oh my god, that was amazing. This is kind of the response I had to the state of play. I watched it last night at 11 o'clock. I was really tired. And honestly, the last 5 minutes saved it. But up until that point, I was like, I don't care about most of these things. Like, I mean, to be fair, it started off with Tekken 8. New Tekken 8 trailer. Oh, no, wasn't sure. It was like a little story kind of demonstration. It wasn't really a trailer. It was weird. But it was an announcement. Tekken 8. PS5. It looks crazy, but it was there. Then we had a couple of PS VR2 games, which was Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge Enhanced Edition. That looks really cool. I was really, really impressed with that. That looks really, really cool. There was another game. I think it was Demio. I think that was the other VR game. I don't really know. I don't know much about VR. Then we had Like a Dragon Ishin, which is out in February 2023. Then we had Pacific Drive, Welcomes You to the Olympic Exclusion Zone. I can't speak right now. Honestly, I can't remember any of these games. There's a part of me that only remembers the Star Wars game because I was like, oh, that's Star Wars, and Tekken because oh, that's Tekken. This is
quite telling.
Then we had and then we get to Hogwarts Legacy, and obviously there's a lot of things happening around that game in general. I'm going to put all that aside to one sec. I'm not going to play the game. I'm going to put that aside for 1 sec. And there's something about this which I'm a bit nervous for the game itself, purely from like a performance perspective, because this game is going to come out on PS5 and the Switch. And like, there's a part of me that feels like, is it going to be almost unplayable on the Switch to almost pointless on the PS5? Like what? Like I'm trying to understand what is going to be, where is the point going to be where it's this game we're going to downgrade, or it's this game we're going to try and get as much as
did you see the demonstration of the engine? You know, they showed like a bunch of shots of different areas.
I did not know.
That was before the state of play. That isn't going on the Switch. It's categorically not going on the Switch.
That's what I mean. Like,
I didn't realize it was supposed to be going on the Switch.
I
thought. I don't think it's going on. I mean, I don't know what. That's a really good point. I have no idea what they're going to do with that because it looks PS5 era.
By the way, Dav just said that the UK used to do month first, but changed to align with Europe. So it's the Europeans' fault again.
Oh, Brexit means Brexit, boys.
Exactly.
What the
Oh God.
Let's switch them now. You know, we'll put it on my blue passport, and then forget when it expires.
Wait, is Wales part of the UK? I'm just joking.
We're gonna have to end this podcast early. For there has been a murder most foul. But yeah, Zach, I haven't actually seen that video of
have a look at it. Like, it's very much like, I think unless they made a new engine for it, which maybe they did. It's very much what you would expect from like Unreal 5.
Yeah.
Certainly Unreal 4, and neither one of those things is going on the Switch.
So
higher than 2 frames a second.
So one of my I was talking to one of my friends about this, and he was saying the studio that makes the game was a mobile gaming studio. So I don't know.
That's weird.
Like I said, I'm not going to play this game anyway for other reasons. But
are you going to avoid it?
Yeah, I have no interest. Like, even from a perspective of I've never really liked I've never liked Harry Potter. I've never been into it.
Yeah.
Like I was always into Lord of I was one of those like really really like stupid nerdy kids who was like, I like Lord of the Rings. I can't like Harry Potter as well. So that was me as a kid, because I was an idiot. I still am. But yeah, that was just something that was just going around my head when I was watching it, going, what's going to be the I don't know.
It's going to be an absolute mess. I really do foresee. I was sort of picturing a CD Projekt Red situation, you know, like a
completely.
It's not going to be done until whenever. But whatever the case, this whole release is just going to be absolutely fraught with controversy.
Then we had we had a first look at PlayStation Stars, which I don't know why that was in there at all. That could have been a tweet. So I'm gonna.
This could have been an email.
No, honestly, it could have been an email.
Tweeting was the email.
It genuinely
the state of play should be the tweet.
Could have been an email. It could have been something you subscribed to. You got this news about the PlayStation Stars. Yeah, cool, whatever. So the last 3 games were the new story trailer for Stellar Blade, formerly known as Project Eve. Does look pretty cool. I'll be honest. Kind of has like Bayonetta type vibes. I was a lot more intrigued about it than I was previously, and it looks like the graphics look incredible. Like, looks incredible. Then we had Rise of the Ronin, which is a new action RPG from Team Ninja. This looks kind of awesome. It kind of looks like old school Assassin's Creed. Do you know, like, a lot of people thought that Ghost of Tsushima was like Assassin's Creed. It's set in Japan.
Yeah.
When you actually play it, it's not really like it at all. It doesn't even play like it. This looks like old, but like in a good way. You like the old school, like Black Flag kind of Assassin's Creed, like the good stuff. This kind of looked like it, and I was really intrigued. It looks really cool. I definitely recommend you checking out the trailer. That was Rise of the Ronin from Team Ninja. And then there was Sinduality as well. I can't remember what that was. I really can't remember. It was so late last night. I was so tired. Then I was woken up because there was a trailer for God of War Ragnarok, and oh my God, this game. So I'm currently playing God of War because I want to beat the game before God of War Ragnarok comes out. As I explained, I played God of War last year and then put it down to play, I think it was Metroid Dread. I can't remember exactly what it was, and then just never came back to it. I never came back to it because I'm really bad at that. If I put a game down, I find it impossible to go back to. So I am picking that back up, and it is a lot of fun. But this
Did you start it from the beginning?
No, I just picked it up from where I was, and honestly, I couldn't remember how to do the combat. It was really funny. I'm currently doing it on easy because I was just like, I don't remember how to do anything right now. I don't know. I just spent the last 2 hours getting back to grips, and now I'm going to put the difficulty back up to get a bit more of a challenge. But yeah, the God of War Ragnarok looks so good. It does look amazing, and I'm really excited. I would definitely recommend you check out the trailer. That was it from State of Play. Honestly, from my perspective, the last 3 things kind of saved it. Stellar Blade, Rise of the Ronin, and God of War. I think those 3 in particular were worth waiting around for, but everything else is kind of like meh for me personally. Right. So there's only kind of one more story I want to mention, and that is Deathloop was spotted on the Xbox store earlier. because it's been a year since it came out on PlayStation, which means that I guess that year exclusivity deal is done, if there was one. Either way, it's probably going to come soon. Definitely, I would recommend it. It's also on the PlayStation PS Plus store, so if you do have PS Plus, you can play it now. It's awesome. That game was so good. Play it. That's it. But yeah, let's talk about games we've been playing, and then we'll wrap up the podcast, because we spent like 45 minutes talking about this, and I'm quite surprised. Is there anything you guys want to talk about games you've been playing?
Well, I actually haven't played anything new, but Hoy has recently picked up Breath of the Wild again.
Oh my god!
Because she's very keen to get to the end of that before any new game comes out. And I'm watching her play it, and I'm just remembering, this is good shit, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now I'm just kind of like chomping at the bit, kind of waiting for it to finish so I can get on it.
Do you know when, like, I know that obviously we used to have a joke about, like, I would talk about it all the time, but do you know, like, when you play, there's certain games that you play, I had this with Mass Effect, there's certain games that you play that you become so involved with and so, like, attached to it, that when you actually beat it, it's genuinely heartbreaking. I had that with I had that with Mass Effect. Like, I was like almost just upset that I'd beaten the game. I had that with Breath of the Wild as well, and I totally get him. If I was watching someone replay Breath of the Wild, I'd just be sitting there going, I will play this again if I don't make me do it, because I will.
Do you know what's interesting actually is I don't remember having that feeling from Breath of the Wild, and I think it's because when you beat Ganon, spoiler, you fight Ganon. But like, I didn't go like, oh, okay, that's the end of the game. I was like, there's still so much I haven't seen.
Yeah,
I have to go and do more. And then there was the DLC and everything. So I think I just like, I mean, as you know, I kept playing it up until like 200 hours or something. So I never really got that. I just always felt like I could go back to it. And now, to be honest, next time I play it, I'll feel like I'm just going to go back into it. So huge. It's such a huge game. Like, there's just no way that I would ever feel like I was just done with it. I don't think I'll ever be at a stage where I'll be like, nah, I'm done with that game.
Oh, God, there's still things that I have. There's still quests. There's still like 50 quests I didn't do in the end. Because
really?
There was like, because I put like 200 hours into it, like come the end, and I was just like, I think it was around the time when like I said, we talked about this often. We were on tour, and there was just other games like Mario Odyssey. Because I bought my Switch I'm not late, but I bought my Switch in like August of 2017. So I had Zelda, I had Mario Kart, I had Mario Rabbids came out around about that time as well. Then Odyssey came out, then Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out. So there's like, I had a load of games that I could just jump straight into. But yeah, Dev, would you go back and play Breath of the Wild? Would you do that to yourself?
Yeah. Yes. I'm waiting. Can't wait.
Awesome. Zach, anything from you, man?
Unfortunately, I have been away from consoles for like 3 months. I have literally, right when we started this podcast, I was having my first session on my PlayStation in 3 months. But I have a couple games that I'm going to be playing this week, so I will have lots to talk to you about next week.
Nice. Awesome.
Finally get a moment.
I completed 3 games. Just gonna mention, it's been how many weeks? 6 weeks since the last one. I completed Wolfenstein New Order, and I'll only talk about 2 games, which is Wolfenstein New Order and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and I won't talk about them for very long. I completed Wolfenstein after I beat Xenoblade Chronicles 3 because I needed a palate cleanser, and I was like, what's stupid and shooty? I'll play Wolfenstein. And it was really good. Dav Gabe recommended it. I'm glad he did. I'm going to go and play the sequel. I can't remember the title. New Colossus, I think it is. It was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. It definitely feels it does feel its age. It feels like a 360 game, which is fine. I haven't got a problem with that, as we said earlier. But it just, there's certain things that we've kind of moved past. Like, like in games of that area with shooters in particular, if you die, it sends you back quite far, and then you have to and then you can't skip a scene. Whereas now, even if you do die, and you can at least skip the scene. So like if I died, it would push me back, and then I'd be like, oh, I've got to watch this 30-40 second scene again, and if I mess up, I've got to do it. And it was just stuff like that. Not like big issues. The game was still awesome, but it was stuff like that kind of was like, oh god.
Then you get to the point where you're like mimicking their voices because you've heard it so many times.
It's like, oh.
Yeah.
No. At least that's what I do. I don't know about anyone else.
You resent every one of those characters.
Yeah, fuck you.
And to be fair, they're already Nazis, so I kind of like rotated them in the first place. Like,
you know, at the start of this game, I kind of sympathise with you.
Oh man, but yeah, it's a grim game. Like, you know, sometimes I think as I'm getting older, I'm getting sweeter, and I blame Rosie for this because she's such a sweet person. But like honestly, I can't deal with like the real intense gore as much as a kid. I was like, yeah, stick a knife in his eye. Whereas I'm like, oh god, it's so awful.
He stubbed his toe.
Oh, he stubbed his toe. I could feel it from here. But it was kind of like that at certain points. I was like, wow, I'm definitely not as brave as I was 10 years ago when I was in my 50s.
Well, the fact that you're so hyped about Mario and Rabbids kind of really...
Exactly, kind of
yeah, yeah.
oh yeah, that's the kind of action I want. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was the one game I really played, and I, as I mentioned earlier about like games you get like attached to, I cried about 4 times during that game. That game is so good. Like, it is a very stereotypical Monolith Soft game. It's a massive JRPG. It's a huge game. It's anime. It's got all of the cliches, but I loved it nonetheless. It was just so good. The music. I will say right now, if the music doesn't get nominated at the Game of the Year awards, I will be so like disappointed. Not even angry, just like what the hell? Like, this is some of the best music I've heard from a game in the last couple of years, let alone this year. And especially when Sony, I wouldn't be shocked if it's nominated for game. I don't think it's going to win Game of the Year because Elden Ring is going to win, but I wouldn't be shocked if it is nominated at least, and I would be very happy if it was, because it's not everyone's cup of tea, so I don't think it can win because of that. But it's my Game of the Year. It was so good, and just
you were so into the music. You sent me some.
I did, man. I did.
Like a month ago.
And
or something.
How much of a bop was the one?
It was really cool. I wasn't. Do you know what's weird though? Because you were like, "Oh, I'm going to send you some music from Xenoblade. Like, it's like anime like sounding, so you'll probably quite like it." And I was like listening to like really calm tunes out on a walk in the sunshine.
I remember this.
And I was like, oh, cool, nice. Some more like chilled, like, I don't know. I don't know why I assumed it was going to be chilled. And then this fucking like battle theme comes on.
It's like a disco rock beat. It was
awesome.
It
was really, really cool.
Oh, it's so good. It's so for anyone that has played Xenoblade Chronicles, it's when you're doing the I can't remember what it's called now. It's been a while. It's when oh, it's so good.
Is this Name That Kazoo?
It's Name That Kazoo with just me like pretending to play a piano, just getting really, really swept away. Oh, it's so good. I'm gonna share it in the group. Maybe I'll tweet it as well because it's so good. But yeah, that game...
Johnny's a professional singer. Everybody. Yeah. I think that's what I get.
Amazing. But yeah, it was such a good game. Like I don't think there's going to be another game coming out this year that will beat it. Maybe Persona 5.
Maybe Various Day Jobs or whatever it was called.
I don't even think that's what it was.
Various Day
Jobs.
It's
actually worse. It makes more sense than what the actual title is, which is Various Day Life.
There it is.
Yours made more sense.
It's always Various Day Jobs.
Various Day Jobs.
That's just like what you do in your 20s.
It's
like
various we've been up to today. I'll just various day jobs.
Various day jobs.
Serving pizza, doing some promo flyers.
Yeah, amazing. But yeah, I'm gonna try I'm gonna try and beat God of War by next week. So I'll hopefully beat it by next week. But unless you guys have anything else to add, I think we'll call it there because it's been a long one. And next one to come back to as well. Cheers, gents. Thank you so much. It's been fun. Thank you, Dav, in the chat.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
We will, like I said, we'll hopefully be back next Wednesday. We're gonna have chats and then we'll let you know. But I think we've kind of landed on a Wednesday where we'll stream it. So if you want to watch it, it'll be on Wednesday. All right, we'll leave it there. We'll say goodbye to everyone. Goodbye, friends, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.